You know, there's nothing quite like being out in nature, but when you're out here, you need a reliable knife that can handle anything that comes your way. I've been using a knife and an axe in my get-home bag for years, but I've always wondered if there's a better option. The tracker knife is a tool that can potentially replace your knife and your axe, saving space and weight in my get-home bag. So let's take a closer look at this knife and see if it lives up to its reputation. The tracker knife is a versatile tool that can handle a variety of tasks, from chopping and cutting to acting as a draw knife, batoning, and sawing. To cut the tree, I started assessing the thickness of the trunk and determined where to make my cuts. I then used the tracker knife similar to how I'd use an axe and worked my way through the trunk. Sturdy blade made it easy to cut through the wood. With some patience and effort, I was able to cut the tree into smaller logs, perfect for burning on a fire. One of the most useful tasks a survival knife can perform is batoning wood, and with this knife, it was a breeze. To baton the wood, I started by finding a solid piece of wood. The tracker's knife weight and balance make it an excellent tool for batoning, and its size allows me to process pieces of wood than I could with a smaller knife. When it comes to working with wood, one of the most useful tools is a draw knife. A draw knife is used for removing bark and shaping wood, and it can be a very versatile tool for any outdoor projects. The good news is the tracker knife can be used as a draw knife. Simply grab the handle firmly in one hand to shave away the wood in the same way you would with a traditional draw knife. One thing that has really impressed me about the tracker knife is the hook on the front. It's perfect for making kindling to start fires. Here's how to do it. First, find a dead branch that's about the thickness of your wrist. Hook on the front to peel off the bark. The hook is really sharp, so it makes quick work of this task. Next, I chop the branch into smaller pieces using the tracker knife. The blade is so sharp that it makes quick work of the wood. The weight in the blade of the knife makes it easy to control. Finally, I use the kindling to start a fire. And because the tracker knife was so effective at making the kindling, I have a fire in no time. Another important aspect of a survival knife is the ability to strike a ferro rod. This tracker knife I was hoping would be a good option, but during my testing I found the spine of the knife didn't throw good sparks. But fear not, I have a solution. I use the file on my Gerber multi-tool to create sparks off of my ferro rod, and I use that to start a fire. The saw on the back of the tracker knife is not only used for small scale cutting, but can also be used for unique features that set it apart from other knives. Notching wood for lashing is a critical skill for survival situations, as it allows you to join pieces of wood together to create structures such as shelters. This can also be used to create notches for building traps, such as deadfall traps. These types of traps can be very effective ways to catch small game. This saw is a very effective tool for these tasks. It is a versatile addition to the tracker knife that could potentially come in handy in a survival situation. In addition to notching out wood for lashing and trap building, the saw on the tracker knife has another useful feature. It can be used as a wire cutter. This can come in handy if you come across a fence or other wire obstacle that you need to get around. The saw teeth can grip the wire and with some effort cut through it. It's worth noting that this may take several tries, some effort, and the knife may need to be jerked several times to break the wire. As you can see, batoning with a tracker knife creates perfect pieces of wood for a fire, shelter building, or other tasks that require small pieces of wood. So whether you're in a survival situation or just camping, the tracker knife's capabilities make it a versatile and essential tool for any outdoorsman. It can do all these things without the need for a separate axe or knife. This means I can save space and weight in my get-home bag without sacrificing functionality. It's easy to maintain, and it's made from Damascus steel, so it stays sharp even after heavy use. And because it's full tang, the blade is incredibly durable. It can handle tough jobs without breaking or bending. In a survival situation, a tracker knife is a valuable tool. It can help you start a fire, build a shelter, and process game. Its versatility makes it a great choice for preppers, homesteaders, or your get-home bag. So if you're looking for a knife that can replace both your knife and your axe, the tracker knife is definitely worth considering. Its unique features and versatilities make it a valuable tool that can handle almost anything you throw at it. I attempted to throw the knife at a tree several times, but in fact, my attempts to throw the knife were not very successful, and I was concerned that I might damage the knife if I kept trying. While throwing the tracker knife might look cool in movies or on TV, I found it's not a practical or effective use of a knife. Instead, I recommend sticking to the many useful tasks that a tracker knife excels at